All right, so I'm coming just to do a quick little stream. Basically, I was going to take a break from video games and stuff for a while and start a new job, but when I started to apply for the new job, our company that I work for here ended up getting replaced, and it sort of messed up that plan. So what I'm deciding is because I'm getting 4 more hours here, which means I could potentially get like an extra $50 a week or so. Um, I'm still going to get a second job at some point. I'm not going to be streaming and stuff all the time. However, I do think I'm going to knock my games down to a couple of different things here. So, one, I think we're going to go back and play Scum because I think Scum is probably the best solo player sort of experience besides Bannerlord for me. So, Scum will probably be the main game. Um, I might go visit Tarkov again, and then Guild Wars is going to be something on the back burner that I'm probably not going to do all the time. But I might go back and get an armor set or something with the new expansion. So as far as I know, Scum has had a few updates since I last left, and point 0.9, I don't know what it is now, but I think point 0.9 is coming, and that's going to be the new Mel models. So if I do go in, I'll go my solo server probably. Um, I'm assuming I'll probably remake the Ping Perfect server. I'll have to rewatch my old videos to understand what builds I was doing and why I was doing it and the settings that I had on the server because I'm pretty sure I had videos somewhere for that. Um, and then I can start that up again. And then after that, it's probably going to be Scum, maybe a little bit of Tarkov because I think Tarkov got the big city update at some point. I need to look up what update Tarkov has had since I've last left. So those are going to be the main two, I think. And then I might mess around with Bannerlord a little bit because I think it's coming closer to release or closer to being like more complete. I know they added a bunch more of the perks and stuff in that game. Also, they do have a multiplayer mod for that now, and also the Lord of the Rings mod for it was still being finished up the last time I was looking. So if the Lord of the Rings mod finishes, we might try and play that a little bit, go through the story, make our character, play some Gundorians, try to take over the world. I think that'd be kind of good. But I'm not sure how much I'm going to be playing. Thursday nights, I'm playing Magic cards for the most part. I might try to pick up one more time of the week if I could find another place that plays Magic. I've heard the Hollow is going to be coming to my town potentially, and also there's a place called Anime City that apparently hosts some, but I think it's on weekends, so I might play an extra day on that. If I get an extra job, maybe instead of doing another 3 12s and working like 72, 74 hours, maybe I'll do like 3 8s and get extra 24. So I'll be setting at like 64 hours. And that'll give me maybe like 4 to 8 hours that I could play um, on those days after work potentially. But I need the excess money so that I can eventually build my gym and start working out again because although I'm still healthy at the moment, for the most part, my physical shape is slowly getting worse and it's getting to a point where it's bothering me. But I don't have any reasonable solutions to actually go and do it now. Like I can do body weight stuff, which is okay, but it's not the best. And the only place I can really do that is outside in my yard for the most part. And the yard is full of ants because they're taking over everybody's yard around town, and I don't particularly want to go do push-ups in an ant pile. But I don't know. I'll probably do some core stuff like that, but I need to get the gym built. I'm giving myself probably 2 years maybe to get the gym built. At the bare minimum, I'm gonna get a slab and then bolt my gym equipment down onto the slab. I think that's the bare minimum I can do for me. And then we'll have the house auctions in June. See if we potentially get another house at some point. I might stream about it. I might not. And then if we don't get a house next auction, then I will do. a cold plunge and potentially a better sauna. But the cold plunge is going to be the first thing, and potentially looking into automated lawnmowers. But for my house, for one, but for two, I might start a side business of automated lawnmowers and like pressure washing services. Um, that way, if I do work another job, say I'm getting like $10 an hour and I'm doing 24 hours a week, that's $200 or something a week, which isn't a whole lot, but it is better. Like it's basically going to be like 50% more income to some degree for me. $200 a week is 800 a month, so you're looking at 8,000, 9,000 a year. So that alone, if I get that done, I mean, it's going to be enough for me to do the cement slab around my house, for the most part. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just a decent amount of money. If I get something that pays like 26 or something and I do have to do 312s, then I probably won't be playing very much. But if I do that, then that's going to be an extra like $1,000, like I don't know, like $900 or something a week, maybe. Um, which is pretty big. Like if I got something like that, I got 900 a week. That is like 3,600 a month. So you're looking at 30,000 or something in a year just off of that. But I'd probably be in a bigger tax bracket, so I might get taxed more. But if I could manage to get 30,000 or something off of a job in a year, that would give me enough to build my gym, and then I could just kind of lay back after that. Um, but yeah, that's the plan for now. I'm gonna look back into the Scum thing probably sometime in the next couple weeks. I don't know when I'll start streaming, if any, for that for a little bit. I did hear maybe it might be coming out the holidays. Maybe I'll wait until the male model update is done for point 0.9 and then come back. That way I don't have to remake my character. But for the most part, I think um, I want to keep the option of playing games open for the most part. I mean, the people that stuck around, they did stick around on here, and I do appreciate that. And when I did shooter games and stuff, and like especially Tarkov when I played, anytime I've did tactical shooters and survival games and shooter games, generally that's when my stream has did the best. I've gotten, 300, 400 followers at some points. But I if I'm gonna play games at this stage in my life, I feel like I'm probably gonna have to have some sort of benefit from it. I don't necessarily want to um, market or do any sort of fundraising stuff on a stream. But if I do take the time to edit my videos and learn how to edit things properly, I might post that stuff on YouTube or something, make more professional content for YouTube, and then I'll just keep the stream as the stream for the most part. Um, I think that's probably the best thing. The main reason I want to keep video games on the table though is like although I don't necessarily have the urge to play video games like I used to when I was younger. The thing is that video games for me have always been like a mental puzzle. Like it's the only place that I really have where if I want to be creative or kind of like problem solve or do something, it's the easiest and simplest solution for me in general. Um, and it's not super expensive for me to do or anything like that. So I probably will still play, but if I'm playing games and I'm not streaming or making videos or something for it, it just I feel like I would end up dying out and becoming somewhat, you know, bland because I've played games like that in the past, so like Minecraft back in the day. I used to build crazy stuff, but I didn't ever post anything, and then the servers and things would disappear and all your progress would be gone. No one knew it existed, so what was the whole point of doing it in the first place, really? I don't know. Um, but Guild Wars, I still like the game, but it's not Guild Wars isn't super enjoyable for me. It's something that I can play if I have friends that are playing it, but it's not anything super challenging. There's not any. It's mainly just like grinding and exploring, making your character. The new armor that's coming out is actually pretty cool, and I would like to get that at some point, but I'm sure it's probably going to be a crafted item. If they do have some way to earn it during the storyline, then I'd potentially try to do it that way. But otherwise, I just don't have any like major interest playing Guild Wars all the time. Um, Plus, like a lot of their updates, you can actually beat in a couple of days. So I'd come back, play the updates maybe, get a couple of items maybe, and then like drop off of it for a while. The tactical shooter games generally I do all right with for a while until I end up getting like a lot of money and safety built up, and then I kind of die off. But I've always enjoyed tactical shooters more than most games. And then like things like Bannerlord and like RTS games I like, but a lot of RTS games are way too competitive, which is why I'm trying to like formulate a card game to replace RTSs from the computer to have that sort of feeling. So that's just a side project that I'm having. I don't know if I'm going to get it finished or not, but I do have an idea for an RTS card game. And but Bannerlord, I think, is pretty good in general. I think the Lord of the Rings thing is going to be pretty interesting, so I'd like to do that. The game itself is really nice. It's just like an old computer game I used to play called Feudalism. That was an online game. And then, yeah, if the mods and stuff work out good and the player development, I could see me playing that game a decent bit, but for the most part, it's single player. So if it doesn't do super well, like I don't know, like if that game, like when you lose your army, you're kind of in a rough spot and it's hard to get anything done. And once you get yourself in a hole, it's kind of hard to get your character back out of it when you make those choices. Um, so I'll probably play Bannerlord at some point and experiment with builds, but I don't see me playing it for forever. Like it's gonna be a fairly decent amount of time maybe, and then I'll drop off of it because it's just eventually I'll get bored kind of messing around with that stuff, I'm assuming. Scum is still updated for the most part. It has the potential of being multiplayer, so I prefer the potential of having an online server and getting more people playing on it and becoming like a server I can play with some friends on there because it has a lot of the mechanics that I enjoy in most games. It has survival elements, which I enjoy in most games, and the future updates and everything else has looked promising this whole time. So I can't really deny that they're making a pretty good game. Like there's not anything majorly wrong with anything in that game. Tarkov, I will play it at some point, and I'll probably get bored at some point and stop playing it after I get money because as far as I know, they haven't implemented any open world survival elements or anything like that. So it's not going to be anything super crazy for me to worry about. But Tarkov is probably the best tactical shooter that I know of that's did really good. The only other game that's going to be in my radar is Star Citizen for the most part. Star Citizen's still in development after however many years it's been. It's been a long time. But I have heard they've made progress in Squadron 42, which is a single player version. So if they do happen to drop Squadron 42 at some point, I'll probably hop on and play that to completion, I'm sure. Um, and then I don't know if I'll get into the PTU for Star Citizen again. Until they get the game fully flushed out, I don't think I'm going to hop into the PTU. Um, it's going to be a massive learning experience going back into Star Citizen for the first time. And I don't know if I really want to get into that right now. Like the game is nice and it's interesting and all the mechanics and stuff are really cool. But when you first get into the game, it's a bit much to kind of learn everything. It's like they need to make Squadron 42 like the tutorial for Star Citizen PTU because just like flying and stuff can be enough at it on its own to just kind of like take it over the top. Finding out where to get equipment, finding out where to get all the money and stuff, dangers, and then like engaging in combat for the first time after you haven't did it in so long, like you're probably gonna lose. There's a lot of things in Star Citizen that are gonna be kind of rough starting out, and it's gonna take a good period of time to relearn. But when it comes to Scum, I'll probably check that out in the next couple weeks and hop on there. I'll see when the point 0.9 update's going to be at some point. I think I've heard that it's going to be around the holidays or something. So if it's at the end of the year or whatever, then I'll probably hop on right after that and start playing again. But until then, I'll probably make less frequent streams about video game stuff. I am going to post some stuff with the Magic things. We do have the Necron deck coming in. I think it said it's going to be here by Monday. So, and we also got that Cavern of, not Cavern of Souls, the Cauldron of Souls for the deck potentially as well. So, we're going to play that with the Precon version, and then we're going to play that with the um, updated version, or like we're going to have the Precon version, and we're going to have the modified version, kind of test some stuff out. Streaming on this laptop really hasn't been super efficient. It overheats and stuff, so I can't say that I'm going to be able to use this laptop to stream, but my hopes was that I was going to be able to um, get the laptop in a place where it would be able to stream the Magic card games at our local area, and I would be able to stream them on here. But I think I need something a little bit more beefy to do this, or maybe I need to update the stream quality. Um, I'm not exactly sure because right now it's 60 frames per second. I could always record them potentially and then try to overlay my voice maybe on top of the recordings. But I guess that's probably it for today, and I am going to head out as soon as I can